Derral has helped 63 different YouTubers get a gold play button. I paid him $800 an hour for a coaching call. I knew you've achieved a level of success, 10 plus years, you've worked with all these people, you have so much data and information in your head, it's worth it.
Ruse Radio.
As an adult, I've always been big into YouTube, like just always listening to YouTube videos, watching YouTube videos, falling asleep, tutorials, podcasts, things like that. But I've never been into books up until almost 2 years ago. And through social media, I met a friend, his name is Ryan. And Ryan at the time was like 21 or 22. One of our first few phone calls. And, you know, at this time, I'm like 32. I've been in business, self-employed for over, 15, 16 years at this time. And, you know, so I have all this wisdom and experience of doing stuff. And he's, you know, fresh out of college and hasn't been into entrepreneurship and stuff. And we're having conversations and he's like right on the same level with me, like keeping up with everything and understands shit that I'm talking about. And I was like, dude, you're 21 years old. How the hell do you know any of this stuff? And he was like, well, I used to be really overweight. I read a lot of books. So I'm like, okay, read a lot of books. And then my behind the scene guy for the last 3 years, shout out to Malik. He's younger too. I think he's like 26 now. I'm 34. And also, bright kid. I asked him, how do you know so much shit? Oh, I used to read books, or, you know, I've read some books. I went through courses and stuff. And at this time, I hadn't bought a course, hadn't read books, but I've always just consumed free shit. So fast forward, I'm really big into YouTube. And there's a guy named Derral who, if you're into YouTube, you know that once you get 100,000 subscribers, you get a silver plaque. Silver play button. And you get to have that behind you on your wall to show everyone that, yo, I got 100,000 subscribers. When you get 1 million subscribers, you get a gold play button. So Derral has helped.
Is it 10 million diamond? Is that what 10 million is?
I think so.
Yeah. All right, continue.
Derral has helped 63 different YouTubers get a gold play button.
Really?
So, and he's one of Mr. Beast's like right-hand man. And, you know, so very smart YouTube guy. And this is where I learned about paying to like shortcut the ignorance tax. Like ignorance tax is basically you don't know what you don't know. And up until a couple years ago, I hadn't really paid for courses and stuff like that or books. I just consumed people's free shit. Well, Derral this guy that I'm talking about with YouTube, I had watched maybe 30 videos from him over the last like 4 years, 5 years about how to get more views, how to get more subscribers on YouTube. And it was like every video was just the fluff, like post good content, stay consistent, you know, make good titles and get people. I didn't really gain anything from it. Well, then I'm talking to this 21-year-old Ryan and we're talking about YouTube and he's just, you know, so there's this guy this. And I'm like, how the hell do you know this? And he said, oh, I read Derral book. I'm like, Derral I've watched a bunch of his YouTube videos. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. Like, I've never learned one thing from his YouTube video. And he's like, oh, well, I read his book called this. Well, my friend Ryan knew so much. And I'm like, dude, I've consumed 10 plus years of YouTube content. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. And you've only been on YouTube for a few years. And you know all this stuff because you read this book. So I bought my first book as an adult, like less than 2 years ago. I read the whole book in like 4 days. I was obsessed with it. I like couldn't stop reading it. And then I realized this Derral guy is smart as fuck, but it's like his free content on YouTube sucked. I felt.
Maybe on purpose. Maybe that's
I don't know.
By design, you know?
I don't know. So then it was like, okay, bro, there's so many people that have consumed their free content and they're always, you know, they're selling something. And I always had this mindset of like, no, you're just trying to get me to buy your book, buy your course. You're not going to get me. And I'm like, no, that's the stupid way to think of things. Instead, it's like they have, you know, Derral to get the 63 channels with the 1 million subscribers. Like he's learned a lot of shit about YouTube. It's like this huge problem in my head where I have a bunch of people that are asking me to like move forward, like, or as far as take on new projects or like come down to Atlanta, do this, come to LA, do this, things like that. And I know when I go do this, we're going to be filming even more fucking content. And then I get overwhelmed because I know I'm still sitting on content from 12 months ago, 9 months ago, 8 months ago. Like the last 3 times I hooked up with this guy, that sounded no homo.
What are you guys filming, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just number-wise, I definitely want to hit 100,000 subscribers, but I'm aware that I can't control whether people decide to subscribe to me or not, but I can control whether I put out fucking videos or not. So I'm definitely gonna post lots of content the whole rest of the year. Hopefully that leads to me then hitting 100,000, and I can get my pretty fucking silver plaque play button. And then once I do that, next year I'll probably drop a course on everything that I learned about YouTube, and it'd be less than $100. And it's here. I've been on YouTube for 13 years. I've got 100,000 subscribers. I paid hundreds of dollars for advice. That Derral guy that I mentioned, I paid him last summer. It was $800 an hour for a coaching call.
Wow.
That was the most I've ever paid. But it was, again, I knew, you've achieved a level of success through 10 plus years. You've worked with all these people. You have so much data and information in your head. It's worth it. Like, it's worth it for me. I need to know, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What would your advice be to me? And it was me telling them, I have a desire to do a podcast. He's like, great, you should do a podcast, but a separate channel for your podcast. Got it. I want to vlog, and I like vlogging and documenting my life. Great, you should do it. Separate channel for that. Okay. And then he's looked at like my most popular videos. He said, who would watch this? It was like how to shoot a music video tutorial. Videographers. Yeah, we should have a channel for videographers then. And it was another video of me making a beat, and it had tens of thousands of views. He said, who would watch this? I said, music producers. Well, you should probably have a channel for music producers. But so that's where I got overwhelmed, because it was like spreading the fuck out. But then I follow certain guys that do have like one channel. Like there's a guy named More Plates, More Dates, and Derek.
Where, yeah.
He's got one channel, and maybe once in a while he'll do a vlog on there, but then it's like, he's talking about this, he's talking about that. He might sit down with someone and talk to him for 3 hours, and that goes there. And then it's just simplifying. And I've just learned that the last 2 years I overthought everything, to where that just led to stopped growing. My income went down. And prior to overthinking, I'm going, every day I was doing shit, every day I was posting shit. And it was very simple. Hi, nice to meet you. What do you go by? Crackalak. What's your YouTube channel? Crackalak TV. Everything's right there. Versus me saying, they see me with a camera and I'm selfie vlogging. Like, who are you? Crackalak. What's your YouTube channel? Well, I have 13 YouTube channels. What are you interested in? Like, no, you can have playlists within the channel. That's my approach.